New Zealand is one of those spots that energizes the creative mind. A place where there is secret, Maori fables and otherworldly view. A country where you can ski and surf around the same time, climb on a glacial mass prior to sinking into a characteristic sweltering pool the evening, or take a boat through a cavern of sparkle worms prior to entering the otherworldly place that is known for Hobbiton for the day. As a New Zealand local, I regularly fail to remember how unimaginable my nation of origin truly is. So as a suggestion to myself, and to move others to visit this distant island country, I've assembled a rundown of the 10 top activities in New Zealand that will guarantee your visit is remarkable. Number 1. Boogie board down sand dunes at 90 Mile Beach. For the youthful and youthful on the most fundamental level, 90 Mile Beach is simply hanging tight for an undertaking. Miles, deceivingly just 55 of them, of unadulterated white sand anticipate at the northern tip of New Zealand's North Island. Well-known exercises incorporate riding the left hand separates or bodyboarding the Goliath sand ridges. It is possible that one will get your heart siphoning and your spirit singing. Just a word of warning, you'll need to keep an eye out for unexpected traffic on the sand. This beach is actually an official highway. And while it may be tempting to take a trip down the scenic route yourself, it's probably best to leave the driving to experienced guides. Most car rental companies won't cover you if the worst should happen. Number 2. Set sail in the Bay of Islands. One of the greatest things about New Zealand is its accessibility. The best sites aren't reserved for the rich and resourceful. Anyone can enjoy the spectacular nature of this wild land. This rings true no more so than in the lush surrounds of the Bay of Islands. What feels like a wealthy sanctuary of perfect beaches, deserted islands and secluded inlets, is accessible to everyone. And this region of New Zealand's North Island is concealing some of the country's most interesting and important historical sites. Hire a boat or a kayak to fully immerse yourself in this slice of paradise. Paddle out to the hole in the rock on Piercy Island, or go in search of New Zealand's marine life. Dolphins, whales, fur seals and penguins all love this area of New Zealand as much as we do. Number 3. Climb a volcanic island. Rangitoto Island is New Zealand's most youthful fountain of liquid magma, emitting from the ocean a simple 600 years prior. A picturesque hold, the island is uninhabited. Put something aside for the local birdlife that flourishes here. An everyday ship administration will convey you to the island where you can go through the day investigating the different strolls on offer, including the most famous culmination track. This short, steep track will compensate you with amazing 360 perspectives over Auckland and its islands. Quite possibly the most special methods of encountering Rangitoto Island is to take the evening guided kayak. This visit permits you to watch the sun setting from the highest point, prior to rowing back across the Waitemata Harbour under the stars. Number 4. Sample some of New Zealand's finest wines on Waiheke Island. Waiheke Island is a famous road trip from Auckland City and is really simple to get to by ship. Albeit the island's seashores are vital, it's without a doubt the honor-winning wines developed here that move guests back consistently. With almost 30 grape plantations seeking space on the 92 square kilometers island, it's not difficult to perceive any reason why it has acquired a standing as a wine sweetheart's jungle gym. A famous side interest is to take a wine visit to a portion of the more well-known grape plantations, or stay for a couple of days in a lovely occasion manner and test the wines on island time. Number 5. Chow down on New Zealand's favorite exhibit. Did you realize New Zealand is home to the lone huge squid show on the planet? Wellington's Te Papa Museum houses the 470 kilograms example that was caught in Antarctic waters in 2007. It's a much-cherished New Zealand symbol and now one more of the nation's symbols, Giapo, have reproduced the squid into an eatable showstopper. Giapo has for some time been acclaimed for making the most fantastic frozen yogurt on the planet, and their most recent creation, the colossal squid, is no special case. A visit to Giapo's Auckland store is consistently an involvement with itself, so head downtown to test an astounding scope of flavors, which incorporates numerous veggie lover assortments, and tick this New Zealand must-do off your rundown. Number 6. Walk up Auckland's highest volcanic cone. A shockingly short walk will have you at the highest point of Auckland's most elevated volcanic cone, Mount Eden. Slow down and rest, it's a genuinely steep stroll, as you take in the sweeping perspectives on Auckland City and its bustling harbor. The 50 meters profound pit is not normal for anything you're probably going to have encountered previously. It's a hallowed spot, so make certain to respect it from above instead of strolling through it. View the relics of an old Maori town, and in transit down, look at the Eden Gardens, a serene desert spring in a clamoring city. Number 7. Kayak around Cathedral Cove. Additionally called Te Wanganui Ahei Marine Reserve, Cathedral Cove is promoted as perhaps the best spot to see in New Zealand. Situated on the North Island, its separated situation on the Coromandel Peninsula adds to its overpowering allure. You can't head to the isolated bay, you just have the alternative of strolling or taking to the oceans. Boat visits will permit you to investigate the caverns and bluffs while finding out about the historical backdrop of the space, while kayaking permits a more cozy involvement in the chance to park up and appreciate the seashore when the longing emerges. Number 8. Dig your own spa at Hot Water Beach. Snatching a spade and burrowing your own personal high-temp water pool in the sand is fairly a Kiwi foundation. Situated in the Coromandel, not a long way from Cathedral Cove, Hot Water Beach has gotten quite possibly the most mainstream activities in New Zealand. For local people just as guests, the seashore is an astounding spot to visit any time. However, 2 hours when elevated tide you'll discover families, couples and companions wielding cultivating instruments as they head towards the seashore. Absorb the warm water and unwind as you appreciate the staggering landscape that encompasses you. Number 9. Hang out at the Hamilton Gardens. Hamilton isn't ordinarily at the highest point of guests' lists of things to get when arranging an outing to New Zealand. However, there's one excellent explanation you ought to add this underestimated North Island town to your agenda. The Hamilton Gardens are an honor-winning fascination, incredibly famous by garden lovers, however mostly secret to every other person. What truly makes them stand separated is the intricate subjects they're planned around. Strolling through the nurseries resembles taking a visit all throughout the planet, while being considerably more feasible. Number 10. Unleash your inner movie geek at Hobbiton. Perhaps the most well-known attractions in the North Island, Hobbiton is additionally quite possibly the most exceptional activities in New Zealand. What other place would you be able to venture inside a film set and right away be changed into the genuine Center-Earth? Meander around the Shire, the genuine film set that was highlighted in The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit films. Take as much time as is needed to see the value in the exertion that has really expounded in this fantasyland and otherworldly spot. It's positively an encounter like no other, regardless of whether you're a devotee of the Peter Jackson films or not.